Hi. The other day I did a video and I showed you a display that I built using tiles that replicate the cave art of France, perhaps some 20,000 years ago, and I incorporated into it other artifacts which were similar to what they may have used there in the caves in France. But I have made probably hundreds of case displays. They're not all here. Some have been given away to people and what have you, but they're really nice to make because it protects the items you're trying to display that you want to show to people, but maybe you don't want to have them always picked up and handled. Well, I'm going to show you a few different things today that I've made displays out of it, and how easy it is to make an attractive display that you can put on your wall, on your bookshelf, wherever you would like to display it. Actually, the first one I want to show you. This is from I love the West, and this one here has a sheriff in it that's made of bisque, which is unglazed porcelain, and it's from the 1970s. And the bulldog is porcelain made in Japan and is likely from the 1950s. And I built this about 3 years ago using foam core board to build a box, and then you paint it, build your scene however you want to, and then attach it so that you can hang it up. I like to recycle things, so I always use the pull tabs from cat food cans and stuff as hangers, and they work really, really well. So that's kind of a neat thing to be able to do. And another one, this deals with the Old West too, and this is a collection of 3 postal covers from the Wells Fargo group. Wells Fargo, of course, carried mail to the Old West from out east and other places. It just has a fascinating history that ties in with the Old West and the Gold Rush days and so on. So I thought that this frame put them together really in a nice context so that they can be appreciated and not stuck away in a book or file drawer. The one up here in the corner was being sent to Gold Hill, Nevada. Sounds like a really cool place, doesn't it? And the one next to that, Stockholm, California. And then the one underneath is from Mexico and going to San Francisco. Unfortunately, there were no letters in any of these envelopes. It would have been fascinating to see what they would have contained. But the covers are fascinating, and they bespeak of an incredible, rich history with Wells Fargo. So that is another. Frames are always a great way, and frames can make things look so classy, which is, I guess, not real important, but you want your displayed items to look nice, you know. So here's another thing I do. Now this is almost all recycled materials. This is made out of cardboard, and it houses a few Indian artifacts found locally here. There are 2 tanged celts in here, a common celt, and a couple other items up there that I will explain as I put this down. This here one is a tomahawk form stone that would have been attached to a handle, and then next to that is another small celt form, and then you can see the other ones down there. Now, interestingly, only in Saginaw have I ever found the tanged celt or hammerstone. See how it's got the tang coming off the back, and that would have probably improved attachment to a wooden handle. I would think it could. And then this is the other one. This is kind of a black granite type stone, really like this one, like all of them, but that one particularly. And then here's a nice little celt made out of chert flint. This looks like Bayport chert. Notice here how it's concave and then flat here, coming down to the bevel for cutting. This might actually more be considered a scraping tool or a woodworking tool. Nice piece. But anyways, The only drawback to this kind of a setup is that if your house is dusty, they will get dusty really easy. So you could put glass over it, or some kind of clear plastic. But I switch mine out often so they don't have a chance to really collect a lot of dust. And again, it's just a nice way to be able to display things. If you don't mind if somebody picks up an item, then this is a way that, you know, people that are visiting you and seeing your collection of whatever it may be can pick something up that maybe is not so breakable or fragile and look at it, give them a more personal touch of what it is you have. Well, sometimes I like to get a little bit whimsical in my creations. So I want to show you this one. I call this one Bungle in the Jungle. And it's again built in a box that I made out of thrown away cardboard. And if you can, here in the corner there's a collection of 6 little monkeys that came out of a quarter vending machine, and they are so cool. But I think the whole thing came together really nicely. When you talk about recycling, the grass down there I made out of, believe it or not, I emptied cigarette butts, stained the tobacco bits green, mixed them with a mixture of water and white glue, and then painted them on, and then highlighted them with various other shades of green after that dried. I really like this one. The stork in there is, the plastic stork is from the 1950s, and it's just a really, it's a fun scene. It was a fun scene to build, and that's what I aim for too. Though is I want it to be something that people that come here will enjoy looking at, but I want it to be something that I enjoyed putting together. It makes it a lot more satisfying personally. Well, in the near future, I am going to take you guys on a tour of my house and show you some of the case displays that I still have here. That's coming up in the future because, well, I need to do a lot of work on my apartment. There was a good year and a half that I couldn't do anything because of my back, hardly anything. And so it got a bit unkempt, a bit, he says. But I will be showing that to you very, very soon. So I hope you enjoyed this. I love you all very much, and God bless you always. See you soon.